Hello Ryan, so here we are, week 4. So there's a lot more to talk about. This is a preview of the schedule I had. I was able to do 4 real training, if we count 3 lifting with 1 lift session, which was combined with some parkour, and 1 only parkour session. It was the first one in a while because, as you know, I was working on the show, and also the weather was really shit the whole week, so I wasn't able to train outside. Actually, Saturday, which was yesterday as I'm recording this video, was the only day where it was dry and it was doable to train outside. Starting things off with the new PR, 100 kilo power clean to hang power clean, something I've never been able to do. I've never even tried to do it. For some reason the deadlift are making my power cleans a lot easier, even though I don't really train power clean. Before each session I'm always doing some power clean, but I never train specifically on power clean. The deadlift, I went 2.5 kilo higher every session. I go 2.5 kilo higher and it feels okay every time. I'm not like dead or whatever. For the jumps, same as the week before, I was doing them on the concrete floor rather than on the soft surfaces. Also, that was I'm done with the show, so there is no more show. I'm free to train as much as I want. Again with the deadlift, trying to pull a lot with my hamstring and my legs rather than with my back. Yeah, just feels better. I'm feeling better. I'm liking the movement better. It seems to translate well to power clean and other movement. For this one, I wasn't able to do the usual box jump because there was someone using the little boxy thing, as you could see. So I opted for the method with the distance slash height box jump. The height of the box and the distance will be told in the video, as I don't have them right now. And I'm starting to really understand this idea of working on plyometrics, and the thing is that I'm too slow to react on the floor, and working with padded shoes on padded floor is not going to help that much. I'm really starting to understand that. In the future I'm going to work a lot more barefoot as my foot is getting healthier and healthier. Again with the deadlift, just feels good. I'm always waiting about 40 seconds, sometimes a bit more, between the set and the jumps. And on this session I was trying to do what you told me, to land with more of a dorsiflex foot, and I do feel a lot more impact. And on this rep I hurt my left knee. I don't know, not much, I just felt some discomfort as I landed, so I was a bit worried about it. But that's something I felt on the show, and that's something I felt ever since I bumped my knee during the climb up session a week before. I don't know if you remember, if you saw the video. But I'm just feeling better and better with this movement. However, my jump doesn't seem to be bigger from a week to another week. Maybe because the weight is getting heavier, so it's harder to generate more power. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe I'm not doing the technique correctly. Again with the deadlift, yeah, I don't have much to say. It's just I was just really surprised to be able to pull out the 100 power clean to hang power clean, and I do feel stronger. For sure. Again with the box jump, same story. I was taking some momentum, trying to jump, not take too much time to rest, jump again. Also always with this idea, of landing without absorbing too much of the impact, and being able to react right away and jump right away. And to work on this idea of being more plyometric and more training my body to react as soon as possible, as soon as it touches something, which is, as we talked about, one of my weaknesses. I'm still doing my bonuses after I did my jump, which is this stride. So I do about 8 sets of 5 strides, and those were very bad. I don't know if it was because I was barefoot, but I was being very extra cautious. I was not really attacking the floor. I was more anticipating the floor and landing softly on it, whereas when I have my shoes I'm really attacking the floor, attacking dorsiflex, and so yeah, it just felt bad. Muscle up, it feels easier and easier. I mean, doing 5 muscle up feels easier and easier. I'm doing them back to back with the overhead squat, and the overhead squat, same story, it feels easier and easier.
few years being a fraud, now it's my profession. Spent a few years hiding my flaws, but this is a confession. Spent a few years drowning in vodka, it was an obsession. By the end I was only a pump, that was my progression. Now I don't care, but I don't care. Now I don't care.
So on Wednesday, I was just sick of. I'm sorry, I was just really sick of doing the same training from 1 week to 1 week, from one session to the other. So I just decided to do something different for once. So I did power clean to hang power clean at 90 kilogram. Then I was doing this what I call Maasai jumps, where I'm just trying to jump using only my foot. And then I was doing, right after, everything was a superset. So I was doing the power clean, then I was doing the jumps, and then I was doing the push up to broad jump. And I do like this movement. I think it's a great movement. It transfers very well to what we talked about with the climb up to precision, or even I think it can translate to Kong to precision, because after this session I'm going to work on some parkour drills, and I do feel an improvement again with the power clean. So I was saying the hang power clean, this used last year, that was like heavy. Now it's like easy for me. I'm using a stick for the jumps so that I prevent myself from using the arms. However, I should land more dorsiflex and attack the floor. Here I'm landing more with the feet pointed, so I'm really absorbing the impact rather than working on what we talked about with this idea of shock, really the shock method. So I'm gonna go towards that more. As you know, it's also because I don't want to injure my foot anymore. I want to go to progress slowly towards getting impact, but I don't want to I don't want to pretend like I don't have any pain when I do feel pain. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Maybe not. But yeah, I was getting further and further doing this jump. On my last set, I was getting quite tired and I was not landing the target. On this one, I decided to do an extra power clean. So I do power clean to hang power clean to hang power clean at 90 kilogram. I just feel good, man. I just feel strong and healthy. Then I was doing the jumps. Yeah. Again, it's not at all what you programmed, but I was getting a bit bored because that was like 2 days after my lifting session, and I just didn't want to do the same thing. So sorry about that. Maybe I'm being arrogant into thinking I know better. But on the next session, I did the program you told me to do. So I atoned for my sins, like our Savior Jesus Christ, of course. So as you can see, as I got to my last set, I was too tired. So I did 3 supersets of those combo. After this, I went to the gymnastic place, and there was this vault. They were about 8 to more like 9 feet. They were 9 feet apart, from 9 of my foot from each other, and I just worked on Kong to precision, trying to go as far as I can, and really working on this idea of reacting quickly as I'm touching the Kong and just exploding as much as I can. Then I worked on this what I call the David speed step. It's like with 2-step momentum, how can I overcome this obstacle as fast as possible? And it seems like the David speed step technique is the best. I mean, tell me your opinion on this. Then I was trying to just go across those 2 blocks. So I did speed step of David, and then I did speed step with no, like just speed vault, maybe that's how you call it, when you don't put your feet on the box. And I do believe that when you do the speed step of David, if you can use your feet as much as your hand, I'm talking about the feet that's touching the box and the hand that's touching the box, if you can use them both as much, you can really gain some high speed from it. The problem is that I seem to go too high on the box. I'm too high, so my center of mass is going too high, and then I'm losing time because it needs to go down, and I'm not moving in a straight line. So that's one of the problems. But when you look at David doing this technique, it's so clean. And what do you think? What will be the best way to pass those 2 obstacles?
And now they are on the race. And now they are on the race.
So week 4, session 3, and that session was after a long day, man. On the morning, I went to do the mobility, then I had to bike all around Paris to go to the physio. Then I had to come back to and I thought to myself, I'm gonna go towards the training area, but I'm not gonna train. And after, actually, I did good because I did some really good shit in this day. I did my deadlift as high as I could, time 5. I did 145 time 5, and I did all of my session barefooted, which was impossible before because it was painful in my knee. So I only filmed the superset 2 and 3. I mean, from 2 to 4. I didn't film the first one. Deadlift felt pretty good. I didn't feel that tired or that whatever. I felt pretty good. And then you see the precision jump, I was going maybe 10 centimeter, sometimes further than what I'm used to. Maybe it's because I'm barefoot and I'm landing on strong surfaces. I felt like I was flying, like I felt really good. I did the box not as high as usual. I think the box was around 60 centimeter, which is 10 centimeter less than usual. And I just felt like I felt good. I had no pain in my knee, I had no pain in my foot. I felt that was my biggest jump. Wait for it. And actually, I got shit from Callum because I was landing on the mat and I was landing with my heel first. And he was saying, I'm gonna show the comment on screen. Man, you don't need to jump that far and land ass to grass to get a maximum intent jump. You can put the same effort in and not aim to get your feet that far and still get the same effects. Or at least land on something where you can absorb with the ankle first, like a ledge, rather than just knees and hip, even if it's on a mat. When you're giving max effort on a jump and take off, your body doesn't care about where you land. It just adapts to the stimulus of you taking off with max intent. And I disagree with this, like the fact that I know I can land without worrying too much about my landing. I can only focus about extending my body as much as I can and reaching as far as I could with my heel allows me to go for max effort. I've never felt like I was jumping as far as when I did it this way, barefooted, with landing on the mat, with some kind of a target. I was trying to aim on a certain area. And when I talk with Mitch about training and jumping on plates, for example, doing max broad jump precision on plates, he said no, don't go from plates to plate, go directly on the floor. And as well as Ido Portal, I asked him, what do you think, is it better to land on your point of the toes and then your heel, or is it to land on your heel first? And he said, for longevity, land on the point of your toes, but for performances, land on your heel. And when you look at the max jump of every athlete, whether it's NFL player or Mitch Todorovic, which is, as you know, one of my biggest inspiration, they land on, when they go for max, they land on heel first. So what do you think about all that? And I have a new question. The question is, why are we doing running box jump? Why don't we do just box jump? I was curious. I was looking at the training of a guy from Norway. He's a sprinter from Norway. He jumps really far, and he does a lot of box jump, not running box jump. Is it because we're still trying to work on this plyometrics? So the idea. Also, before that, I want to talk about those box jumps. So I was very shy on the first set of box jump because I was barefoot and I was scared of getting some sweat on my foot and slipping. So I was not really attacking the floor. But from what I understand is that the more and more I'm gonna have to attack the floor in order to generate this kind of impact, of bounce within my body, with the contact of hitting the floor and then jumping up. Am I right, or am I not on the right path? But I was also very curious about why we were not doing standing box jump or seated box jump. Why running box jump? Is it because in parkour you're mostly running and not all the time? Very, it's very rare that you're going to be stationary. But let me know. I guess that's the idea. I think we want to, the point of your training is that we work on this strength exercise with the deadlift. Right after this, we're stimulating the body with plyometric exercise in order to develop my springs. Is that the idea? Because I'm confused. But I think I understand, but I'm confused at the same time. The ring muscle up felt very difficult to this day after the whole day of going from my house to Paris, which is about 50-minute bike ride. I had a meeting, I had the physio, then I had to go back to my house, so that's another 50 minutes. Biking, getting there, training, and I was just dead. So the last set of muscle up was pretty difficult, but I did it. I pushed through it, and also for the overhead squat, my left wrist felt very painful, so I didn't put much weight on it. I did 40 kilo, but to atone for my sins, I did them with closed feet. So you see my feet, they are stuck together. So that's as an excuse for my lack of being able to put more weight on the overhead back squat. I don't know why. I just had some wrist pain. I never have wrist pain, but I didn't want to put more weight and make it worse. And here we are, we finally had some dry weather and I was able to train with some friend. I started with this little line of PK with some change of direction, some little foot placement with the bar. I'm slowing down when I'm going for the comb because I have to land on my left feet and I don't want my left foot and I don't want to put too much stress on my left foot still. So I'm kind of slowing down, but that felt really good. After this, my friend found this challenge, so we did it with stride jump and then we did it with the running box jump. I did measure it. The height was 152 centimeter because I always have my measure tape now with me, and yeah, it felt high, and I was really trying this time to attack the floor, because usually I'm kind of delicately putting my feet on the floor to jump, but this time I really attacked the floor in order to have this elastic effect, and it worked. The spot we are in is like my favorite spot, especially of this area, the bar area. I'm spending a lot of time over there to work on different combos, and I'm trying to always find the fastest way to go down. So that combo, I'm doing it a lot. Like every time I go there, I try to do it. The first big jump, so you know there is like 3 stride on the bar, and then there's one pre from bar to bar, like running pre. I'm always taking some time to break this jump, maybe a few tries, especially since I cannot afford to miss because of my foot. I have to land perfectly well. So I'm always a bit sketch on this jump, but once I can do it once, twice, then I'm starting to feel more comfortable with it. And my goal will be to stride the last part. So you see the last part, I'm doing this kind of a plyo. I'm doing like stride on the bar, plyo, 2 feet on the bar, plyo, but I would like to do just like stride. Striding everything will be the best, but striding the first running pre will be hard. Also, I think I can do a better job because I'm absorbing a lot of impact instead of fighting against the force on the first running pre. So yeah, that's what I worked on. After this, I was trying to do this stride challenge. Like basically, you sprint as much as you can, then you try to stride all the stairs. But I just didn't have enough speed. I didn't have enough strength. I think I can do it. Not this day because I was tired, but I think it's doable. I'm gonna show you a video of my friend my friend Antoine. He's doing it, and he's doing it like very easily. He's kind of a tank. After this, we called it a day after those few challenges, and then after this I was like, okay, let's do the climb up training. So I did the climb up training. I didn't film the climb up training with the superset and the warm up and everything, but I did film this challenge I was doing. So I was doing pre plyo cat leap, pre cat leap, and I was trying to go as fast as I could, taking as less time as possible between when I land the cat leap, when I initiate the climb up, when I jump after the climb up. But you can see after my pulling section of the climb up, I'm always having this kind of potato effect where I'm kind of crushing myself on the wall, and I would like to take that off and be more springy. But it gets better. I do feel an improvement.
Oh, c'est tellement joli.
And so here is the schedule of the week 4. So as you can see, I did. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 real training. We have lift 1, lift 2, lift 3, and then PK training, the climb up. We have the mobility training, which is kind of I consider it as some kind of recovery exercise. I also had some physio section. So the idea of this week was to get back to training, see how my body feels after this 2 month of show non-stop. I wanted to see if I felt very tired or if I was okay. Actually, I don't feel tired at all. I feel like great, but I did wanted to take it easy and allow myself some break. So the goal of this month of January is really to heal, to not getting extra impact on my feet, getting as strong feet as I can, so that I don't want to, because as you know, I'm coming to Colorado. That's it. I took my ticket. I'm coming from February 5th to March 18th. I'm in contact with Autumn to talk about how I can stay, where I can stay, and all that, to see which solution we can find. But you asked me what my goal was. So basically, my goal is to, first of all, train with you, since we've started to work together. I want to train also with Seth. I want to train with Michael. I want to also spend some time with Julian. I want to do speed classes. I want to train my technique a lot, because as you know, the problem here in France is that the gym I can access to is Semiform in Bordeaux, but Charles is not working there anymore, so there is no more speed running classes. So I know that those speedrunning classes was helping a lot. So just having like 1-2 times a week, some time where you're just gonna work on speed classes is great. Also, the other problem here in Paris is that first of all, we don't have a gym. Second of all, it's winter, so the weather, like for example, this week we had only 2 days where it was dry, and it just happened that maybe if in those 2 days I have to rest, then I'm fucked, you know. So I don't want to depend on the weather. That's why I'm coming to Colorado. I want to work on my technique. I want to make better assessment of why I didn't win competition. For example, in 2018, why did I not win Apex, or why did I not win the FIG competition? I have ideas about why, and I talk to you about it. This year, in 2019, it's hard to make a clear assessment of why I didn't win. It was technical, but it was also, and most of all, because of my foot. I just couldn't take any impact. I had to make everything smooth and gentle. And as we talked about in speed, you cannot afford to do that if you want to win. So that's why this month of January is very important to get to heal, and to get as strong as I can with a lot of lifting. Parkour session like the one I've sent you, I think that's the way to go. Some challenges which are not very impact oriented, some flowy lines, some technical shit on the bars and tricky movement, and also some power challenge, but not like big landing from high to the floor, more like those stride up kind of challenges to relearn how to generate power and to go 100% and commit to things. So yeah, for the week that's coming, I think I'm gonna follow the same kind of schedule. I would like to do more parkour, because at the end of the day, it's not about how far I'm jumping or how much power I have. It's going to be about how much I can do parkour well if I want to win. So yeah, that's pretty much the baseline I have right now and the mindset I'm in. I asked a lot of questions in this video. I know it's very long already. It's about 30 minutes long. But thank you so much for watching everything, and talk to you very soon. And again, thank you so much for your feedback all the time. Thank you.